What's your initial reaction to the Midwest region?
It's the same reaction I have every year. Like, are you kidding me? That's what I initially thought. I think everybody in the field could make. All the one seeds probably said, "Are you Villanova? Are you kidding me? Look who we got to go against, or whoever." So we're happy that we were a one seed. I'm not sure that's a huge advantage. We're obviously happy that we get to stay fairly regional with our travel. Especially going down to Tulsa in the first weekend, and hopefully play well and win a 4-game tournament. The guys certainly played at a high level for the most part all year long, and of course we didn't play particularly well in our last game and didn't guard, but I'm not sure that that's the worst thing that's happened to us either, because it's been my experiences. Sometimes it's not a bad thing to be able to kind of refocus your guys going into the tournament. I do think there's some things that we have to tighten up. Our ball screen defense was bad against TCU, and obviously rebounding. Because when you play 4 little guys like we did against TCU, it is an excuse if somebody out rebounds. It's never an excuse. You got to be tougher and more competitive, and certainly defensive rebounding and ball screen defense are probably about the 2 most important things we have to get better at going into the tournament. I was really, really surprised. Not saying wrong, but I was really, 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 really surprised that they put Iowa State in with us. I think that's fine, but they did it if both teams advanced, that it could happen in the Sweet 16 rather than later on. So that surprised me, but they changed the format, if I'm not mistaken. And Larry knows better than me that the format now is they're going to keep conference teams away from each other till the Sweet 16. So I mean they followed their guidelines, but that one was a little bit of a surprise to me. Getting 6 in, yeah, I was happy. I was pleasantly happy, not surprised at all. But I thought the K-State situation, to me, when USC got in, I thought, oh my gosh, somebody is getting left out, and I thought it could potentially be K-State because I thought Syracuse would get in. So and that's going by what the pundits have all said. So I was really happy to see, and I know you may not believe this, but I was actually to see our league get another team. So and the fact that he gets, Bruce gets a chance to play Danny, I think makes for a little interesting twist as well in that play-in game. And then you look in that potential matchup if you advance past the first game of Miami and Michigan State, and you say, well, didn't Miami beat Duke? And then you look at Michigan State and you say, well, hadn't he been to 7 or whatever, 8 Final Fours or whatever? So I personally didn't feel a ton of comfort, or warm feelings by seeing that, because I think either way it's a hard first weekend without question. Yeah. One thing that I do think is good, and not that it'll play out this way throughout the bracket if we're fortunate enough to advance, but what is immediately in front of us are Power 5 conference teams. If you look back at our, we've obviously lost different ways in the tournament, but you think about it and you say, well, Missouri Valley's been a thorn in your side, or Bucknell, and the fact of the matter is that it's going to be the first game isn't as well known game, obviously, but if you're fortunate enough to advance, you're going to be playing people that obviously is well known, and players will recognize names on the other teams and that kind of stuff. There's no guarantee you're ever going to play well. There's no guarantee you're for sure going to advance. There's no guarantees, but it is nice to know that you're going to be in the game, and that's something that this program's been able to do consistently for a long time, well before me. Here's the reality of the tournament is you got to have fun, you got to play loose, and sometimes that's difficult to do if you know that it's a one and done type scenario. So the teams that's able to balance that, to be intent, competitive, loose, fresh, still play with a purpose, those are the teams that usually play the best. And last year we actually did a great job in the NCAA tournament. We didn't play well in our last game, but the first 3 games I thought we really handled it well.